Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan, so I'd love to see him.
It's almost like legacy of like the NFL versus.
But I definitely think that Baker could be a really good player for the Panthers moving forward.
Did I say Oreos?
There's a lot of questions I have about Mahomes. Looks like a kid playing Madden.
Turning point in the game is the 13-second drive.
They play very hard, even though they're terrible.
He's a good pick. For sure. He's going to be a good player. But I can't argue against the Jamar Chase pick.
They made moves saying we're going to win this year, at least get into the playoffs.
I'm going with my guy, Corey Seager. So glad.
What's good, y'all? My name is Austin Drummond, and I play rugby for the University of Notre Dame. And you're listening to The Outsider's Opinion with Austin and Kevin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. Been talking a lot about college basketball, but the man that's been watching college basketball and keep an eye on the NBA, Austin.
This is a weird year, especially regarding awards, because I thought it was going to be a lot more clear cut, and I am struggling a little bit with some of these. But which award would you like to start off with first, Kevin?
Well, I'm curious what you think. Our MVP, to me, it was clear, but we'll save that for last. I kind of want to go Coach of the Year.
Okay, this one was one of the easier ones for me besides MVP, probably the second easiest one. This is Mark Daigneault, the head coach for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think he's been remarkable. He's coaching so many young guys, Kevin, and they're the one seed in the West. I think he should be rewarded.
Okay, this one felt a little bit clear-cut to me, but you and I disagree. I'm going Jamal Mosley for the Orlando Magic. But I did think about Mark Daigneault for OKC. The Magic are currently number 4 in the Eastern Conference. And I know the Western Conference is better or more difficult. But to me, Jamal Mosley, what he took the Magic from, to me, the Thunder were flirting with like playoff contention. Of course, they're great now, but I was just like, Jamal Mosley, what he's done to the Orlando Magic and bringing all these young guys together, I was like, that's the Coach of the Year.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm a little shocked. All right, we're starting different off the gate. We'll go Defensive Player of the Year. Struggled for me too. I went Rudy Gobert.
I agree. This one was really tight between him and Bam for me. I really like Bam as a defender, and I think he's underrated. But what the Timberwolves defense has really turned into, I think Rudy Gobert deserves it.
Okay, yeah, I think he does, and he's a guy that's won it before, but it seems like he's returned to form, so he should be up for it again. Now we go six man.
Okay, sixth man of the year. This is probably the hardest one for me. I looked at stats and other things for a while here. There was about 3 or 4 guys I was thinking about. I ended up going with Malik Monk.
Oh, this is six man. Yeah, that's who I ended up with too. I was trying to figure it out, but I've been hearing a lot of hype. Like I saw something on Twitter, it was like NBA University. Do you follow them?
I do not.
Okay, let me see if I can find it really quickly. But it was talking about Malik Monk.
But while you look and find that, I was still thinking about Norman Powell and Tim Hardaway Jr., and a little bit of Jordan Clarkson, but it was really, in my opinion, Malik Monk who deserved it the most.
Yeah. Okay. Malik. So the tweet was Malik Monk's playmaking is vastly underrated. Assists on 16.9% of his drives, highest in the entire NBA. Despite only playing 26.3 minutes per game, he gets more assists on drives than guys like Luka, SGA, Trey, Holly, etc. Electric speed and pull-up threat creates advantages over and over again. So he's a guy that's coming off the bench. He's scoring a lot, and as I just read, helping with assists.
Yep.
So, yeah. Now Andy's starting to score a lot of March, which goes back to his college years. But now let's go most improved player.
This is pretty easy. This is Tyrese Halliburton. Or not Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey.
That's what I have as well. Just the way he's filled in, and he's become, well, now he's the number one guy, but he was slated to be the second guy next to Embiid. And the way he's really helped them is kind of shocking, and I didn't expect it. Because now he's going from last year, he went from 15.2 field goals attempts to now 20. His field goal percentage is 45. It's just everything has gone up, and he was an all-star this year. So, yeah, I think just what he's done and the role he's taken has been incredible, and it's really not it's not a super far drop-off from what the Sixers had last year.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we've agreed on everyone except Coach of the Year?
Yep.
Okay, interesting. I'm curious what you have for Rookie of the Year. This one was tough for me.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I know Chet is on the Thunder team, and of course the pick I had did not go well. I picked what is the point guard? Oh man, I'm forgetting his name. The point guard for Trailblazers.
Scoot Henderson.
Scoot Henderson, because I thought Wemby was going to be injured a lot. I was like, there's no way he gets it. Wemby is the leader for me. He's the winner. While he's on a terrible team, he's scoring more points, rebounds, and blocks than Chet. And I know that's only part of it, but to me, I'm just like, he's just had an insane rookie year. He's starting to figure it out, and he's living up to what we all thought it would be, which to me is shocking because of there's no way he stays healthy. But just some of the highlights you see and what he's doing is just insane to me. So with his points and what he's doing for the Spurs, he'll have crazy highlights. I believe he's Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Kevin, if you remember back to when we did our preseason predictions, I ended up having Wembanyama as my Rookie of the Year. And I agree with my former self. I know I had Jamal Mosley as well as my Coach of the Year back then. It's just I don't think people expected the Thunder to be the 1 seed, and I think being the 1 seed, I think gives you that advantage over it. But Wembanyama's been amazing. Chet is really, really close. I could see it going either way, and I wouldn't be mad either way. But I think Wembanyama, because of he's averaging over a steal, 3.5 blocks, his field goal percentage is at 46%. While he's not shooting great from 32%, it's not bad. And I definitely think he's been the best rookie, but it's hard between Chet and him because Chet's shooting so much more efficiently. It's still contributing a lot of points, 17 and 8 rebounds with 2.5 blocks and 0.7 steals. He's been really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if Chet got it. I'm just thinking I'm going to give the edge for Wemby for all the reasons you said and what I said before. But now let's go to MVP. I had a wild 5-player MVP, but we agreed on number 1. It's Jokic.
It's Jokic. It's always been Jokic for me. I predicted Jokic before the year as well. It's Jokic. I find it hard to believe anyone else wins it. I know Shea in some people's eyes should win it, but if we're talking most valuable, I truly believe it's Jokic.
I'm curious about Shea because is it just because he's on the number 1 team in the West and he's the main player on that team?
I've heard some discussion, and I'm assuming that's why. But if we're looking who contributes more to their team, Jokic definitely does.
Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of mundane to Jokic the regular season. Like, he's still playing well, but it's just like, I kind of care about getting to the playoffs. So he may not be trying as hard, but that's just me speculating. But he's just insane right now with everything he's doing. The consistency he's had over 5 years 4 years. So 4 years ago, he got his first MVP, but
yeah, but even if you look 6 years ago in 2018-19, he was 4th in MVP voting.
Yeah.
So he was 4th in MVP, 9th, and then first, second, and then I would argue first for this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just insane. So I'm like, he's leading the NBA in MVP votes for me, even though people want to say Shea. I think it'd be criminal to steal it away from Jokic again.
You know what's insane, Kevin? And this has no effect on anything. But if he were to stop playing today, he's already played 60 games. He technically does not have to play enough criteria to be a MVP candidate or a All NBA candidate. So he wouldn't technically have to play another game. He obviously will because he's trying to get a higher seed in the playoffs and he'll continue to contribute. But his availability has always been there. He plays a lot of games every year. He's never played under 69 games in a year his entire career, and that's only missing 13 games, which that's just like a couple weeks out here, a couple weeks out there, and you're totally fine. Being that available, I do think makes you even more valuable to your team.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And yeah, we both agree it should be Jokic. So we only disagreed on coach of the year, but Mark Daigneault is a great pick. So yeah, it was a little bit difficult. I was like, who's considered for this? But I like how it turned out, and I'll toss this over to you to close it out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Where did we go wrong? Who are your award winners for each of them? And please catch us in our next video.